And we're back at the Wizard's Life. I'm obviously with the Wizard. We have a guest.
Matt.
Matt.
How come
Matt's
you
our
don't shake
guest.
my hand?
You're the Wizard. All right. There's
Good
a
to see you,
Wizard
Wizard.
shake.
Thank
So we're shaking the Wizard. We're shaking Matt. And Matt, we're going to shake him out on what questions he might have. Matt, question for the Wizard.
Yeah, Wizard. So, how do I know I'm lazy, stupid, and undisciplined? I've realized that. How do I know
I like him already.
when to submit
Oh my gracious!
to anybody?
Like you can't do you know that sometimes that when you go ahead and submit, like they talk about that that they're accusing pastors of that. Like I'm sorry.
So, I see a wedding ring.
Yes.
Okay, so your wife obviously chose more that you saw than what you just described. Let us hear some of your good qualities right off the bat. Like, why would a woman who slips a ring on want to marry you if you all of those bad things? Because
Well, I would say if you asked her, she would say that.
good hair, by the way, that could be one reason why she likes you. Go ahead.
Obviously.
Number
I mean,
two.
Come on, right?
And I'm sure that's one of the
pretty
top
good.
things that she's
Yeah.
looking for.
Matt's hair is cute.
I would say she might think that I work hard.
Okay.
She would maybe think that.
Because you got to work in the morning, she sees you drive out. that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
she would
All right.
say maybe that I'm very caring of her and other people.
Oh, that's helpful.
Um,
But you personally feel that those other things.
yeah,
So you're
I don't
carrying
think they're
good
true.
hair. All right. So, Wizard, fire away.
So, I know a lot of Christians.
Do you? First of all, do you have any questions for Matt right off the bat?
No.
Okay.
Should I have a question?
No, you're the Wizard. Go ahead. Let it fly.
All right. So I know a lot of Christians, and I know a lot of pastors.
Yep.
And they talk a lot from the front of the church about wives submitting to husbands. Have you ever heard a sermon on that?
Of course.
Okay. Have you ever heard a sermon on the passage before that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I see you haven't. You don't even know what the passage is before that.
I'd think it through, but go ahead.
I don't think you would.
All right.
Go ahead and try.
No, go ahead.
Okay, you
You're
don't.
the Wizard.
So,
Just give us the answer. Let us not live and lose trivial land.
and so it's something that, it's something the pastors don't want any of the men to go ahead and know. So it says, the very passage before it, very verse before it says, submit one to another. Now you'd think that, normally you go ahead and read one and then you read the next. If you're going to teach on it, you're going to teach, let's submit one to another.
Yeah.
And then you teach wives submit to your husbands, and then kids. So it goes in that order. And so why is it that a pastor doesn't ever go ahead and teach on the passage before?
Wizard.
Because they don't want to go ahead and submit to their congregation. They want their congregation to submit to them. So they want the wives to submit to the husbands, and then everybody submit to them.
So how does this pertain to Matt's question?
Well, he asked a very deep, a very hard question, because if, he's a Christian, so if he's following the Bible, it's the Wizard knows these things. So he struggles, he's struggling with, when should I submit to my wife and when should I submit to my kids?
That's not what he said, though.
Well, again, based on what you heard is not what you said, what he said, but the Wizard hears things that normal people don't hear.
I can understand that.
Like,
So,
why would he be asking that question if he's not struggling with? He wants to submit, but he wonders if he should. Like, do you understand why there's conflict in the Middle East?
probably not.
Because they didn't listen to the Wizard.
Exactly the answer I was thinking. So how does this pertain to Matt's question?
Because Abraham submitted to his wife,
Yep.
okay, and he took one for the team, right?
He had the kid, then the problems came, right.
Okay. You don't know how to tell a story, do you?
I'm working.
Do you have any foreplay at all? Like, you got to tell the story. So, for everybody who doesn't know the story. So, Abraham's like, I don't know, 100 years old. Okay, and God promised him, a son, and his wife, she's 100 years old or whatever they are, and so
She comes up with a plan.
she comes up with a plan,
Yeah.
and the plan is to what?
To go have the maid's kid.
Right. So to go ahead and sleep with the young virgins, young virgin. And Abraham, just being a great husband, says, you know what, I don't really want to do that, but you know what, I'll take one for the team. I'll sleep with this young virgin.
Like she said.
Like she said, this is what you should do. So he submitted to his wife. Now when
She's gonna help Matt with his wife.
what's that?
Matt, has your wife ever asked you to sleep with a young virgin or anything?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so see, that hasn't happened yet for Matt. Go ahead. So then what happens? Hey, by the way, there's a moral to this story. Don't do that even if she says do it. Go ahead.
Right.
All right, so
Right.
go ahead. Wizard, you're up.
So she has done it, but not that specific thing.
She has. Who's the she in this one? What
Matt's
she?
wife.
Matt's wife has
Your
done it?
wife.
Oh.
Alan's wife.
Wait a minute, I think
Like
we're
all the
getting
wives.
See, so he's saying that your wife has already kind of given you one of those directions. You'll be careful about that.
Gotcha.
All right, go ahead.
Right. So Matt thinks he's a
Wizard,
loving.
think it through that.
Right. So Matt thinks he's a loving
Do
husband.
you have any kids?
2,
Boy, girl?
a boy and a girl.
Nice.
So Matt thinks he's submitting to his wife and he's a good husband when actually he's maybe a terrible husband. And so what he's doing is he's struggling with the question, like, when should I submit? When shouldn't I submit?
Ah.
Like that connects back to the
selective submitted.
intelligent.
Ah. Well, selective intelligence submitted.
Okay.
Like you gotta switches on a wall. She brings up something like go sleep with the maid, and you go, we're gonna turn that one off.
Right. It's like what
And
Mark
then she
was
says
talking
something like,
about.
why don't you have one with me? And you turn that on, which he has 2.
Right.
Okay, got it. The switch thing. Got it.
Right. So you gotta, like, that's going back to your, in parenting, you teach your kids how to think.
So you got to start with yourself.
Right. You gotta be self-aware that you're, even if you're the wizard, you're not God. Like, hello.
He sounds pretty self-aware. I mean, go ahead.
Do you know why
Maybe
you say
2.
that?
Well, he's gonna
There's
say
10
something.
reasons.
That was another episode, by the way. See the 10 reasons to why you say something and why you ask questions.
How do I know, though, Wizard, when's the right time to unlock that greatness with my wife? When it's necessary and you take that risk.
Wizard?
So the key is you've gotta have developed the foundation to where if you're wrong, she's not gonna kill you or divorce you or do whatever, So she's gotta know your heart. So women are amazing. Women are amazing. Like, aren't they?
Of course.
I mean, they're just amazing. Like if you mess up as a husband and your wife knows your heart, she's going to be like, she's going to give, like, if you capture her heart and you mess up, she's going to give you room and she's going to know your heart. Like, your heart was not to harm her. Your heart was to heal her. Your heart was for her and the kids. And you're a man. You're not even a wizard, much less a god. Like even my wife realizes, he's a wizard. He's not God.
Good point.
And so you go through life, I think, in oneness where you don't know, like, honey, should I submit to you in this situation or not? So often men submit to their wives when they shouldn't and don't submit to their wives when they should. And that creates like a whole mess in their family. And the wife, she's really no smarter than the husband. I mean, she doesn't say that. The husband's not going to go ahead and say that to his wife. Like, you're no smarter than I am. I mean, my best friend would say that, but most husbands are not going to
Or
go
maybe
ahead.
even Matt.
I don't think Matt would do that. Like, you're no smarter than me, Megan. Like, have you ever said that?
Once or twice.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
Not well.
Okay. Note to self.
In the moment.
or even after the moment?
Not true.
Oh, really? What happened after the moment? Matt, join us.
Well, I think
Are you trying to tell me you won this battle?
no, she won.
Okay, of course. Go ahead.
No, but not in the way that you're thinking she won it.
All right.
He's talking in a whole different dimension that you can't hear.
You want to check out different dimensions, check out one of our other videos where you'll find out 2 is more than 9. Go ahead.
So I think the times that I have made that challenge, Lou, is, and it's for anyone, is they have that opportunity to get mad and blow it up in that moment, and that's where it didn't go well.
Right.
But the next time it comes around, there's growth up until that point, and there's realization.
Got it.
And so
Have to prune the bush to make it grow.
there's a different experience
Gotcha.
later.
That's genius, Lou.
Thank you, Wizard.
I mean, like, right? I mean, when you think about that, like, how do, like, the first person, think about the first person that went ahead and had an apple tree, and it's like, I want more apples, and somebody says, oh, cut the branches. Like, that's counterintuitive. Like, no, I want more apples, cut the branches. And so in relationships, it's the same thing. It's like, it's counterintuitive. If you want, see, I think a woman's heart, she gets a lot,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I mean, you look like in one of the previous episodes, you know, the little wizardess in training.
Yes.
Oh my gracious, she gets like most everything from anybody. So they learn and even how they dance and move, it's crazy. Like how they even it's born inside of them to move men what they want. And so when a husband goes ahead and challenges his wife at the right time and puts the relationship at risk, he wins her heart like no other man has ever done it. Her dad may have never done it. Like nobody's ever done that. And she may get really angry, really upset, but then over time, it's like destruction. Like there's something inside of her that's holding her back from really getting what she really wants in life. And she has somebody in her life that loves her so much that he's willing to put the relationship at risk. Most women have never had a man in their life that's loved them that much. Questions?
Maybe one thought. I knowing this and having seen it once or twice, I think I'm still scared. Husbands are scared because we're lazy.
Define lazy.
We're too lazy to pay attention and see that it worked.
Okay.
And because this is a family channel, okay, we're not going to bring up other reasons.
Okay.
But that's a very big leverage point, and so husbands want certain things, and so the husband learns, listen, if I don't go ahead, treat my wife a certain way, wives then often use things that don't serve them well. I mean, it does in the short term where they get the husband to do what they want the husband to do, but it doesn't work for her, and it doesn't work for him in the long run.
Did you have your answer?
I did.
And at that point, if you like what you see, hit the big thumb up button. Make sure you look down in thewizardlife.com and come back for more episodes. If you're offended by this, you probably need it. Stick around, stay tuned.